Hey everybody, Chris Lipper on the bus, small business owner coaching, and we are at our end of the year pretty much meeting for the hub. And CJ is our spotlight today. And CJ, I will hand it to you. Take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's absolutely my pleasure to be here. Thank you, everyone, for having me here. I've got a mini presentation ready to go. I'm going to jump right into it with this question right here for you. Would you like, raise your hand if you'd like a magic machine that attracts new customers to you automatically? Of course, wouldn't you? Absolutely, we all would. Put it up again. How about if it also sold them on doing business with you, also automatically? That could be very helpful. Absolutely. You know, what I'm going to talk to you about today is how to use your website as a tool for your business. And I'm going to let you know it's not your fault. Most business owners don't understand that this is even possible. They kind of vaguely know they need a website, but they really don't know why or all the reasons behind it. So today, I'm going to show you that your website can be your number one tool to grow and support your business. And if you think of it like a tool, it will automatically help you to attract more customers, make more sales, improve your customer service. All of these things increase your efficiency, help you save time, save money, and ultimately serve your clients better, faster, and easier. Real quick intro, I'm CJ Gilbert. I've been a website developer since 1995 with my own business since 2006. I already let you know that I've been a computer geek all my life, and you can see here I am in high school when I first started playing with the internet. Yes, that's a Rubik's Cube. Yes, I can solve a Rubik's Cube. I've got a couple behind me here on the desk. We can do that show and tell sometime if we have time. I ended up doing a couple other things through my college and career. Early years, I ended up in the insurance field for a number of years, and it was an accident that I had while inspecting a house, fell through a staircase, and that's how I kind of fell out of the insurance industry. And during that process, I had to do something else. They offered me some retraining, and I officially opened up my own business. And in 2006, I established Gilbert Studios, which is now called Jungle Studios. And so my main business is helping people with their websites. Along the line, I ended up writing this book, Five Golden Keys to Sharpen Your Website. It is available on Amazon. And today I'm going to go through my main tips from the book, my main five keys from this book. But if you don't hear any of those, if you don't get a single one of those keys, here's the one thing I want you to remember from my talk today. Your website is the only thing you can fully own and control online. I'm going to repeat it because it's that important. Your website is the only thing you can fully own online. And isn't it true that all the other platforms out there are telling you to come to their platform and build up their brand? And there may be some truth there because if you have customers there, that is a place that you want to be so that you can grab those people and bring them on over to something that you own, your own real estate, your own website. Let me take you through the five golden keys, and I'm just going to jump right in because we only have a few minutes together. Key number one is your goals and your demographic targeting. I love this quote from Lewis Carroll. If you don't know where you're going, you'll probably end up somewhere else. And that could not be more true when it comes to the internet and it comes to your website and really all of your marketing. So the two most important questions that I have for you are, number one, what are the primary goals of your website? Is it sales? Is it to attract new customers? For a lot of people, that's their number one goal, and it doesn't go any further. They don't know that anything else is possible. But you could use it to as a point of customer service. You could provide support or education or resources or forms. Spend some time thinking about what are your goals for your website, and then who is your target audience. In my book and in my talk and in my work with people, I encourage people to go really in depth into this one question. It's not possible to spend too much time as you consider who is your right audience. Maybe it's based on their gender, their age, where they live. Are they married? Are they not married? Are they a homeowner? Are they not a homeowner? Any of these particular aspects could apply to you and your audience. And when you know what those are, it helps you aim your message right for those people. I'm going to quickly run you through what I call the three pillars of a successful website. And this is key number two, your search. And the first thing I got to explain to people when I'm in a room, can I say younger than us, is that there used to be this magic book we all used called the Yellow Pages. I have to tell people what this is these days. Can you believe it? And it's a big book, and you open it up, and you have to look through it and find what you're looking for. Well, as you know, the Yellow Pages has been getting smaller and smaller, and they don't even deliver it anymore. They give you a postcard that says they still make it if you want one. But why is that? It's because we're all online. We're all able to Google it. This is how we find what we're looking for these days. And so you probably pull up your computer, and this is how you're looking for things. And we've actually just crossed that line where more people are not using their computer as they are their mobile device. And this changed the search even more. Now you add in Siri and Alexa and all the other kind of stuff that can do searches for you. It's changed the game completely. We used to talk about keywords. Keywords used to be really important when it came to your website and deciding what content that you wanted to include. Now I tell people, don't worry about your keywords. If you just describe naturally your services, you're going to automatically include the right keywords for your business. Don't try to trick the search engines. Just try to provide relevant, useful content to your audience, and everything will fall into place around you. I encourage people to avoid keyword stuffing. This is where people try to trick the search engines by stuffing their website full of every keyword they can slam into it. And that does not have a good effect anymore. All of these search engines are smarter. I'm going to give you other resources where you can get to more of this information, and encourage you again to use my resource page if you want to go through my full mini course covering all of these topics in a little more depth than we have here today. I also have a bonus video on how people are searching for you these days, talking about directory listings. Well, now that they've found your website, what's next? Well, it's probably key number 3, your sales. For a lot of people, this is the number one important goal. They want to make more sales through their website. And if that's true for you, I want you to remember this phrase: people choose the familiar. People choose the familiar. What do people choose? The familiar.
Familiar.
That's right. Exactly. So what you want to do is you want to hire Rich or someone just like him to get some big, beautiful photos for you. You want photos, you want videos, you want people to be able to see you, see who you are, see what you're doing, and be able to put that on your website. Because while they're looking through your website, they're actually developing a familiar feeling for you. And we used to think that people made a buying decision based entirely off of logic and facts and reason. And now we know that's not true at all. Maury will tell you that's not true at all. People completely rely on how they feel about something, and then they justify it with the facts. On your website, you can do both. Absolutely give them all the facts and the information they need, but then also don't forget that we're appealing to how they feel about you. And pictures and videos are an immediate way to let someone get that feeling for you. I'm flying through these ideas because I've got so many of them to share, but I want to highlight your service. This is often overlooked. Your website can be a tool for your customer service. Jeff Bezos says the best customer service is if the customer doesn't need to call you, doesn't need to talk to you, it just works. You can do that with your website. Consider what you might want to be sharing, not just your phone number, your address, your map, your hours, but other things that they could, instead of picking up the phone to call you, they could find it on your website. And if you don't know what those things are, ask whoever answers the phone. Maybe it's your receptionist or a secretary or someone else, a VA, and they will let you know what are people asking you all the time. I recommend to my customers they have a frequently asked questions page. This is such a win-win solution because you can give people the information that they're looking about when they're doing that research phase. And often people won't know enough about your industry to even know what they should be asking you. They feel stupid. It stops them from even approaching you. If you can give them the information ahead of time, let them do a little research, they can become more educated on your topic, on your industry, and they'll feel more comfortable talking to you. So answer those questions in advance, and also consider, if they knew better, if they knew enough, what should they be asking? Put those information on your website too, because it's another great way to include some keywords in a natural way that you wouldn't be able to include in any other place on your website. I've got a lot of other ideas like this. You could create a page for resources or forms that you want to share with people. But the bottom line is, as you increase your efficiency, as you increase your productivity, it's going to help you increase your profit. And I've got so much more, but I'm going to give you key number 5 as we're wrapping up. Get help. You can't do it all on your own, and you're not expected to. You've got this tremendous group of people right here. You've got this bus that you can hop on, and these folks will help you. Whether you need a guide, a coach, a team, a virtual assistant, or a sidekick, these people are here to help you in your business. And that's why I'm here as well. I'm on a mission to tell you that your website is your number one tool to grow and support your business. If you think of it that way, it can improve each aspect of your business. I'm going to share my resources again in the chat box for you so you can help yourself to this information. This mini 5-minute presentation I did for you is available in a little bit longer format at my website, safari.com, as well as on the resource page I've got for you. And you're very welcome to follow up and ask me any questions that you have. Here's the resource page. I'm dropping it in the chat box one more time. Let me know if I can help you or someone you know in any way. It's been absolutely my pleasure to be with you today. Special thanks to Chris for having me. And at Jungle Studios, we understand the internet is a jungle.
That's great, CJ. I could listen to you talk for an hour easily. You present very well. So, what's the number one thing you see that people could do better for their website?
Mm. I would say that a lot of people make the mistake of putting all the information that they have on the homepage. And when someone comes to your homepage and they see what we refer to as a wall of text, they immediately shut down and they back out and they head to another place because their mind just can't take it. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to appeal to two masters at once. You've got your human user, which is the person actually coming to your website, but then we've also got the Google machine and the search engine machine that you think wants all the information right away. So here's what we recommend. Set up your website to appeal to the human user, putting only a little bit of information on your homepage. Let your homepage be an introduction or a jumping off point to every other part of your website. So if they want to click more about your services, they can learn about that. If they want to click on about you, they can learn about that. If they want some free offer or some other information, they'll click on that and learn about that. The search engine sees every page at once. It doesn't matter what page it's on. The search engine's going to find it. So appeal to that human user first and let them tiptoe their way into the information, and then they're ready for it.
How often would you recommend people update their website?
That's a great question. I would recommend, I'm going to give you a couple answers. So if your website is 5 to 10 years old, it's probably too old. And the only reason I say that is because technology changes. It is so important right now for your website to be mobile responsive. So if you have a website that existed before mobile, it's probably not mobile responsive. So that's a huge important thing that you want to do. And then on the other side of that question, I think this is something that you could work on a couple times a year. As I teach people to improve their search, their sales, and their service, you can pick just one of those things and maybe work on it once a quarter. Okay, this quarter I'm going to work on improving my search. And the next quarter I can work on improving my sales process and then my service process, and then start it all over again. It's a constantly improving process, just like your business, just like your sales and everything else.
Any other questions out there? I got a couple more, but get ready with your questions. Raise your hand digitally or something. So, how do your prices range? Like, how do you, not to make you a commodity or anything like that, but
Yeah.
because you talk so well and you talk a big game, but it makes me feel like, I can't afford them. Where do your prices range?
That's a great question. And the answer is I work with people in two different ways. In one way, if we're building a whole new website for you, we'll come up with a package that's going to fit your needs and your budget. And it's based off of the size and the complexity of the website. I'll come right back to that with some specific numbers. The other half of that is what I just call web coaching. That is, I'm available by the hour. Someone can just hire me for 1 hour. Maybe we do a little strategy session, talk about what's going to work for you, or we're going to actually log into your website, make a change, update something, or more commonly, we do a little bit of both. We talk about the strategy, then we're logging in and making some changes.
Can you
I
put
call
some
that
numbers to
web
that
coaching.
versus the general answer? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, absolutely. So the web coaching part, my prices start at 150 an hour. Anyone in this group, you're immediately going to get a discount to 120 an hour because I consider you part of my networking family. So that's one price to give you. And then just to let you know what some of those packages look like over on the full website build, we have different levels. The most common packages that we're helping people with right now are priced at 1,800, 2,800, and 3,800. And we have solutions for more and less depending on what people need.
And do you offer audits of existing websites?
Yes, absolutely.
How much is an audit?
I have a package that's like, I want to say it's 197, which is a what I call our website treasure hunt, where we'll take all the keys from my book and we'll go through your website. And if you want to zero in on search, sales, or service, we can focus on that one piece, or we can do an overview and see how you're doing in all three.
All right. Next time you have me speak, you should raffle that off or something, have a prize or
Sure.
something like that. All right. Other questions out there? Who's got one? Really? I asked all the questions. That's it?
You said what everyone else was thinking.
I'm just sitting here going, because I agree with like yes, I that point. Oh, good, good, good. You touched on that. Yep.
All right.
Your site's an organic object. I mean, like you said, it grows. It should grow as your business evolves and grows.
Hmm.
All right. Going once. No more questions. Twice.
I have a question, Chris, if I
Go
could.
ahead.
Hey,
Please.
CJ, that was really great. Thank you. I just literally built my website a few months ago by
Great.
myself. So I'm proud because I did a lot of the things you're saying.
Good.
I don't know
Good.
how I did it, but it was great. But my question to you is that so my website is like my name,
Hmm.
and is it better to have a like, you know, a name of a person as your brand or your brand as your website? Is it better to go and buy domains that are just that everything gets redirected? Should we have multiple domains that all redirect? Like, what is your thoughts on that?
That's a great question, and I'm going to answer it, but I'm going to first say that the way to get to that answer is evaluating your goals and your target market. Because what I've discovered is figuring out what you're trying to do and to whom you're trying to do it will lead you to decide what makes the most sense. Let me give you an example. So my business is called Jungle Studios. So my business website is jungle-studios.com. Previously Gilbert Studios. I'm still changing my brand over, so you'll see both flying around. But then when I created my speaking career, if you will, I created a website, cjgilbert.live. So that website is specifically for me as a speaker. It's got my one sheet, it's got my main topics on it. So they've each have their own specific purpose and really their own audience. And as I come up with more ideas, you can grab a domain name and or a website just for that specific purpose. So the mini workshop I'm offering you, mywebsitesafari.com, is just that one website for just that one mini course that I offer. So, for most people, they're only going to need one website, or at least they're only going to start with one website. But then as you have more ideas or more courses or more services or a different audience, that's going to lead you to deciding that you need another website or another domain name to serve that goal and that audience. Does that help?
Yeah, that's good.
Looks
Thank
like Art is a question. Go ahead, Art.
Not so much a question as a comment. Just when you're talking about websites, these days you got to make them handicapped accessible somehow also. Because I just read an article in the Wall Street Journal not too long ago about this law firm that specializes in filing lawsuits against website owners because they're somehow not handicapped accessible.
Yes. I would probably say that it's always been important for your website to be handicap accessible. I've always considered people that do not have the same vision that I do, or they may be using screen readers. Even before we had the current speed of the internet, people would often surf the net with the images off just so that they had a faster connection. And so it's always been very important to make sure your website is accessible and built using the right standards of code to make sure that it's accessible to people who use screen readers and many other kinds of software. So absolutely true.
Yeah, on that topic, my 93-year-old dad, who's still active in business, he can't see links anymore. That
Mm,
blue color is one of the first to go as you age. So you would
mm.
think somebody would have changed that along the way, but they haven't. All right. Anything else for anyone? CJ, that was great. Thank you so much, and I will stop the recording.